you think's okay. Fecal Matters, the talk show beyond the pale. We laugh your sky, we love to hear you wail. If you bother, don't stay here anymore. You can find your way out the fucking door. Fecal Matters, the podcast on the line. No talking to observe, all day and night. Rocking guitars with a touch of the obscene. Take a seat and enjoy the show you feast. No topic left untouched, we give no fucks. Yeah, no topic left untouched, we give no fucks.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Fecal Matters. We are here. We are live. We are fucking tired. I've had a busy ass week. Scott here being an absolute fat fuck on stream. This is nothing unusual for him actually. Listening to Scott slurping any sort of noodle is just like a staple of talking to him at any time, by the way. Like
We're launching our new mukbang channel.
no,
I got a cat.
we are fucking not. First of all. Second of all, that actually seems like it'd be kind of fun.
It's carbonara.
Wait, why does that actually
Delicious.
sound like a good idea? What if we had Muckcast?
It would have to. It wouldn't have to. It would have to stay away from toilets because.
Well, okay.
You know,
so the problem with the idea of you're here for the mukbang, nice. And the problem with mukbang cast is that it would actually have to be something where you actually lived near enough to me for us to actually do a mukbang cast. Because
it would be disgusting. Because I would out eat you, and people would wonder how is a smaller guy eating that bigger guy.
Do we have a food fetish or food kinks? Maybe Scott, not so much me. He does like the hole in the donuts.
Absolutely.
A donut with no hole in the center is no donut at all.
It's just a jelly donut. There's a different hole in that one.
Well,
it's smaller.
If you're penetrating a donut from the side, I don't really know if we want to talk about it at all.
It's like
penetrating a donut is just weird enough as it is.
It's like taking the virginity of the donut, and because you get the red stuff all over. And anyway, this is getting weird.
My dude, why are you sitting up so tall into the fucking camera frame now? We just fucking positioned you. Also, can we talk about the fact that you have a literal pound? Hold that fucking plate up. Bro, there is literally a pound of pasta on that plate.
Yep. Got some really good
How?
pork bits here.
How do you eat like this?
Because I'm always hungry.
But I don't get it. I can't eat like that's too much fucking food, bro. That's too much fucking food.
This is delicious, by the way.
I hope you don't eat like that in front of women, because, like, goddamn. Holy hell, dude.
I did go on a date with someone yesterday, and I had a whole biscuit plus a whole order of loaded tots.
Was this date equally as misleading as the last several times you went on dates?
I would say no, but who knows?
I was going to say misleading is misleading, am I right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know if it's misleading until you know it's misleading.
Kate is saying that technically right now you are mukbanging right in front of two women, so I suppose that is the... Yep. Yeah, she's technically correct. Does it count if it's over the internet, though? Like, it's kind of like going to Vegas. What happens on the internet... Wait a minute, no, that's not how life works at all. Everything that happens on the internet just stays on the internet.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, I've been pretty busy. We have a friend from out of town, and we ended up going to up to Leavenworth. If you guys have never heard of Leavenworth, Washington, it's gorgeous. We went there during the off season, so the nice thing is that it wasn't as busy as it typically is. Ended up having one of the best burgers I've had in a couple of years while I was there, which is it's saying a lot for me because I eat a lot of burgers.
Speaking of
As my
burgers,
belly drum would tell you.
speaking of burgers, I went to the flea market here this last weekend, and I set up at the flea market. And I was doing burgers.
My dude, you drive
Also,
me
my phone.
nuts with your
It's not my
camera.
fault.
There we go.
It's not my. It's not my fault. I'm not doing it. I'm not touching it.
Do tell about
But
burgers. We like burgers, apparently.
yeah, so I went to a whole bunch of Mexicans there, and I set up. They gave me one of the last spots available, which is apparently like one of the best spots available. It was right where everyone walks in, and because of how my stuff is set up, I always have a whole bunch of smoke just traveling everywhere. So the first thing that people smell when they get into the flea market is burgers. So had a pretty successful weekend with that one.
So the first thing you
So
did was introduce Mexicans to white people. That's really the takeaway from this.
which I got a whole bunch of compliments on it because Mexicans are always used to eating Mexican food, so it's always a nice. And I've been told this many times by many different Mexican people. It's just they say it's always a nice break from having Mexican food by having American food
You know,
or gringo food.
I can't help but giggle just a little bit about how that started sounding vaguely like a Trump speech. You know, the Mexicans they always tell me it's such a nice thing to take a break from Mexican food and try something that white people make.
Everyone agrees my burgers are the best.
Everyone agrees my burgers are the best. Perfect salt and pepper ratio. Absolutely perfect on the garlic count. There's just not a burger like it. Wait, what the fuck? What was
I'm gonna
that?
come.
Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna come. God damn it.
The fact that people use that for various beat drops is pretty hilarious.
Dude, those are some of the funniest fucking beat drops, too.
I think I saw one at a wedding once, and like one of the it was either the bride or the bridesmaid or someone related to the bride. They just glared at the DJ. It's like, how dare you?
Yeah. No, it was like family. It was like the family was like mad.
Hey, look, it's after the wedding.
Oh
It's
god,
the,
hold on. Let me just pull it up. You gotta see this. I'm gonna come beat drop at wedding. As I type weeding, apparently.
I'm about halfway done with my pasta here.
Okay, here we go. It's right here. Oh, that's not it. What the fuck?
That's the right video. It's just that's just a remix.
Yeah. Where the fuck did it go? Casting from nursing home. Oof.
Do I need to find it for you, or
I have it somewhere. Trump meme at wedding. Wedding.
at Wheating?
Where the fuck is it? I've seen it so many damn times on the TikToks, but now I can't find it. Why?
All right, so I gotta do David's work. Hang on. So, any fun plans for St. Patrick's Day?
Bro, I'm already Irish. It's so damn racist. That's
What,
such
you
a
gonna-
racist thing to even ask me.
I mean, it'd be racist for me to say, "Hey, are you gonna?"
Christ, you ill-mannered son of a bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That was great. I love.
Why would you
it.
do that? I don't know. I'll have to find it here on
Oh, man.
TikTok or something. But yeah, let me just look it up onto the TikToks. No, I don't have any fucking plans. I'll probably be drinking.
I mean, that's pretty.
Oh my god, shut
Here,
up.
I got you.
Ugh.
I got you.
Speaking of TikTok, do you want to know the TikTok takeover today? Is that what you're saying?
Here you go.
Where?
Facebook.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Do not come.
Do not come.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Dude, at a wedding reception. And just look. Look at the face of extreme disappointment.
It's not the bride.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god, that did not do what I wanted it to. Now look at her. Look at that. There it is. This dude is like literally reaching out to comfort her. Like, I'm so sorry.
It's like, hey, stay away from the DJ.
And she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Did you just bring Donald Trump and sex into a wedding sex? Of course, it's a wedding.
Did you know that Donald Trump is secretly a communist?
Hold on, wait. They added this. Now we must watch it in the worst possible way.
Do not come. Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
We all needed this in double speed, right? That dude looks like he's so not proud of himself, but also like he's extremely proud of himself.
Trump, the secret communist candidate for president.
Secret communist candidate for president. Is that so?
Look. Hear me out. When he says, grab him by the pussy, right? It's actually
goddamn it.
seizing the means of reproduction.
Stop! I can't even argue with that. The logic was so unreal. Like
Of course we're on serious, Curb. Who said that we were going to be serious on this stream?
there's two types of shitcast. There's serious shit and stupid shit. Today apparently the focus is gonna be on stupid shit. Seizing the means of reproduction, sir.
Yes, exactly.
Jesus Christ. I wasn't ready. That's funny. That's probably gonna end up getting clipped. That's gonna, yeah. That one's, yeah. That was solid. That was solid. We have a request, a video review request.
It's time for us to have a new middle finger, and I have just the thing. You've seen this. You've seen this. Now get ready for... Zero survivors. Not a single person is making it out if you pulled this on them. Toodles.
Wait, what a... Hold on.
You
It's
kidding?
time for us
Like,
to have a
come
new
on.
middle finger, and I have just
Come
the
on.
thing. You've seen
No,
this.
see,
You've seen
thing is,
this. Now
we
get
already do
ready
this.
For...
We already do this. We just do it upside
Zero
down.
survivors. Not a single person is making it out if you
I don't
pulled this on them. Toodles.
Okay. Somebody might need to explain because it was creepy, but I didn't really feel fucked off by it, so to speak. Like,
I don't know. I didn't find that particularly funny. I thought it was just kind of stupid. And it's got to be pretty stupid in order for me to find it stupid.
I'm confused by it. Because it was just weird. Like, she had a little crease here that was kind of something. Like, what's the point
I was just holding it like this.
of the little curve in it? Yeah.
It's just another way for Donald Trump to seize the means of reproduction.
God damn it.
This is dark humor. If you laugh, You're out. What's the best part about dating an Ethiopian girl? She's always gonna swallow.
Fuck!
What's the difference between a straight beer and a gay beer? The gay beer come in cans.
Oh.
How many emo kids does it take to fix a light bulb?
No.
None. They just like hanging in the dark.
Oh,
Oh! 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 Clean plate.
no. I just like hanging in the dark. Oh, fuck. I'm canceled. Jesus
Are we canceled
Christ.
because of you or because of me? Because I've like been pushing the edge for so long.
Dude, the fact that we've never been banned at this point means that nobody's looking at us, and that's kind of just a point of sad. But speaking of people getting banned, did you guys hear about how like there's new like titty streamer stuff that's happening? Let me see. Banned from Twitch. Strawberry. There it is. Strawberry Tabby.
I am edging Twitch right now.
You are edging to Twitch right now?
No. Curb says I'm edging Twitch.
Scott is literally edging Twitch. Oh yeah, kinda. Yeah,
Yep.
kinda. They're like, oh yeah.
I'm not letting them come.
You're just over there. Twitch is just over there, like, yeah. Just push that margin just a little further.
I got them
just
twitching.
push that line just a little further. I don't know how I don't get in trouble for some of this shit, to be honest. So this is, let's see, this is Strawberry Tabby. She got banned.
Yeah, no,
from
she
Twitch.
got some.
Yeah, she got something. Yeah, she got.
She's packing some dope on Honkeros for sure.
She got something, but it was something.
Hongara Cougars.
Moist, critical. I just saw this earlier. There it is. Twitch is evolving. Look at
Twitch
this
is a
shit.
platform that's no stranger to evolution, and I think we've
there we go.
Behold,
like,
is she seriously just?
Why? She was already Twitch partner. Like, why does she keep pushing the bar?
She's got more side boob than front boob.
True. Okay, but look. So, tiny little string bikini that's clearly not meant for her, first of all. Second of all, this is the gameplay. This is the gameplay footage. This is it. There's nothing else. This is the gameplay footage. Like, what are you doing? We're not going to watch the whole video. But, like, apparently somebody was like, hey, you're going to get banned with that on. So she did this! And Moist was basically saying that, like, she would, like, move around a little bit, right? She would move around a little bit. And he's like, no, you could straight up just see her anus. Like, that's why I had to put the black bar there. He's like, that thing was so thin down towards the bottom of her ass crack that you could just straight up see hole. And it's like, what? Like, here's the thing. I will full on admit that men are pigs, because we are. It turns out.
You literally just saw me devour a half pound of, like, maybe a full pound of pasta.
That wasn't the kind of pig I was saying. It turns out reproduction pretty important to the human race, right? Like,
yep.
So yeah, men want to reproduce. Women, ultimately, most of the time, end of day, they want to reproduce. So like, men will look at stuff like that and be like, yes, but also at the same time, they're like, this doesn't belong here. This isn't the place. This isn't the time. You know.
You know what, David? We need to do a gray sweatpants stream.
A gray sweatpants stream? Oh my god.
Yes.
Where we like have a second camera that just points at our ass while we're in gray sweatpants? The whole stream?
No, it has to point at our front so we can just like show the cock dangling and flop it around in the gray sweatpants.
Do you think that's something we could even like get away with? Slash, do you think anybody would show up for a stream where we're just sitting here fucking man bulging?
Wait,
Okay, you
are
know
we
what?
able to put a
You know
poll in the
what?
chat?
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop real quick and say this. I think I'm already giving the internet too much credit here. Because I'm sitting here like, surely nobody would show up. And then I remember that it wasn't even that many years ago at this point that I did a bathtub stream. And the amount of gay European men that joined my channel that day was absolutely incredible. And I had like a Google Voice line going. So these gay men were calling me on Google Voice and letting me know how much they enjoyed looking at me in the tub. And then asking me like weird personal questions. So I'm giving too much credit to the internet here. Yeah, that would probably be a stream where we popped off with like fucking 2K viewers for some reason. And it's just a bunch of gay European men just jerking off to us, like sitting there in gray sweatpants.
Hey, if you're gonna jerk off, at least pay us money.
Jesus Christ, you don't need to yell. But anyways. Bulge for charity? Hello? What if we had Gray Sweatpants stream? What if Gray Sweatpants stream was the most ironically fucked up
we
way of
need a
raising
button
money?
for Gray.
No, listen.
Hey, put in a button for Gray Sweatpants stream.
No, listen. Here's what it is. We do it as a charity stream. For the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
So how did you acquire these funds?
Dick print. Sir, we acquired it with dick print. There was a lot of European men involved.
Trust me, you don't want to know the details. We're just donating.
One of you's gonna end up being like John Cena at the Oscars. Wait,
Was he
what
there?
did
I didn't
what
see
did he
him.
do at the Oscars?
No, he
don't
was
really
naked at
watch
the
a lot
Oscars.
of. Oh, was he?
Yeah.
No.
He was naked at the Oscars.
That's hilarious. I need to save this video for later. There was apparently a Final
If it's
Fantasy
gonna be
fighting
anyone
game.
doing that at the Oscars, it's gonna be Dave.
What? What are you talking about? Nah. Do you remember the one time we discussed that I was like the dad bods were in and I was gonna open a whole plus sized men's strip club for women, like a male review for women. Do you remember the name?
Yeah.
You remember the name? Yeah, that's right. We're gonna be opening
Pythons.
No, Chunky Dunks.
Oh, Chunky Dunks. I thought you said Pythons.
It's gonna be a bunch of big
reason.
old men just.
Just doing the whole truffle shuffle. Just
Yeah, just down there. God damn it, Chunky Dunks. You know, I was just thinking about it though. If we do the gray sweatpants stream, I'm gonna have to change one of the redeem options pretty fast to being a higher cost. The one with the cat girl moaning is just it's gonna get overused way too much, that stream. I just know it.
was that the ignore this button?
Yeah, the ignore this button that's just going for like fucking 9 seconds of moaning. For no good reason, by the way. Like I could make that shorter, but I was just like, you know what? I want everyone to be uncomfortable at that point. Oh god, that wasn't the ignore this button. That's worse. It's worse. No. Oh god, it's so bad.
Oh man.
Katie said I'm so happy about this. Oh god, no. No, apparently that was not the correct one. The correct one was don't do it.
The
The correct one is called don't do it.
There's I was watching a stream a couple days ago, and there was they have a redeem, and it literally just says "shame these whores."
What the fuck? Scott, I just feel like a constant theme of this channel. It's just because it irks me so much. A constant theme of this channel is just you and your camera frame. Like, people that listen to this podcast on Spotify, I don't think they truly understand how bad it actually is. You are either always too high in the camera frame, or you're damn near a fucking Jor-El fucking floating head, like from Superman, in the camera frame.
Okay, so I'm perfect right now, right?
You're perfect right now. I'm just saying, it happens so often, and people that are listening to this from audio only have no idea just the amount of stupid I have to deal with when it comes to you and just like the technical side of this stream, and it's crazy, bro. It's crazy because it's like free comedy for people that are like, Scott's dumbass literally can't fucking figure out life. God
True.
damn it.
True.
Oh man.
Oh, so unless you have somewhere we're going with everything.
No, it's just me fucking whinging at this point about your fucking ass making my life difficult every stream.
Well,
I should mention
I
too,
tried
by
to
the
make
way.
your life, huh?
I should mention too, by the way, the reason the stream started like 2-3 minutes late today was because this motherfucker had to make dinner right before stream. He's like, dude, I'm hungry now. And I'm like, you're a piece of shit, you know that?
Well, no, it's also because I promised to make Lauren and Mike carbonara before they left for their trip to California. So
Oh shit, okay.
I wanted to make sure that happened.
God damn it. I don't have any water on me. Wait.
That's not water.
True sign of a gaming degenerate, by the way.
Also, I have
gallon of Arizona green tea.
Oh, speaking of me, just like riding the struggle bus today, I bought a hat for St. Patrick's Day that I thought would go, but I completely forgot that my green screen.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna interject on
green?
this. The motherfucker forgot the key term in the term green screen, which is green. Go ahead, Scott. Hold it up. Hold up this stupid fucking thing. Hold on. I'm going to make this even better. We're going to go a step further. Because right now they
can't even see it.
Because right now they can't even see this shit. Look, I'm going to turn off the chroma key. This dumb son of a bitch showed up on stream wearing this hat. And I was like, my brother in Christ, you can't wear that.
Oh,
and he said, why not? Because keep in mind, I chroma filter him on my end because he doesn't have any of that set up on his end. He doesn't really do it very well. So I chroma filter him on this end. And he shows up wearing this green ass hat. And I'm like, you can't wear green.
This isn't gonna work.
He said, why can't I wear green? Bro, what do you think green screen does? It targets the color green and eliminates it.
Yeah, and if you turn it back on, this is just gonna completely disappear.
This actual dipshit. And he takes it off and he starts being huffy. Oh fuck! I didn't even.
I wasn't being huffy. I said, I completely forgot.
He's like, kind of completely eliminates the whole thing about being able to do my St. Patrick's celebration stuff, and I'm like, the term is green screen. Yeah, you can't wear the. Man,
I'm not. It's not that I'm surprised. It's just I had I just slipped up in the head.
No, she was saying, why am I surprised that you're a dumbass? I mean, no, literally though. He sat there for a solid 30 seconds looking flabbergasted with me that he wasn't allowed to wear green on the stream. And it was like, what do you think it does?
Oh man,
Oh god, he's a smart one, guys. He's fucking brilliant. That's what
I
I
am
told.
intelligent.
I don't know about that sometimes, bro. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I'm really just sitting here in just pure fucking wonder of what it is that actually allows you to wake up in the morning. Because it's not your brain. Because that shit's on fucking Half-Life at all times.
Half-Life is a great game. Thank you very much.
That wasn't what I was referring to. I was talking about being in between cycles. In between completed cycles of a nuclear fucking. Anyways.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that's Scott in a nutshell. So I feel like the overall mood of the stream has been too fun. So let's ruin it a little. And then also get myself canceled again. I am the king of too soon. And Akira Toriyama, one of the most famous mangakas of all time, thanks to his work on and ownership of DBZ, died. Literally just keeled over dead the other day from a heart attack. And
which too soon to be honest, like
oh, absolutely
amazing, absolutely influential guy.
Yeah.
You know, say talk as much shit as you want about DBZ.
Yes.
The guy was very important for anime, very important for manga, very important for the whole weeb community. He
absolutely.
He was absolutely integral for the progress of everything.
Absolutely. And here's what I want to say though. I already hit the people with the too soon jokes. And here's why. I got to give context to this before I say it because it won't make sense if I don't give some context. I regularly visit with an anime community chat group where they always get mad because I shit on DBZ so entirely. And my big thing is that I think the story is dog shit. I just do. I'm sorry. It's not going anywhere. It's never going to go anywhere. There's no real plans for Goku and Vegeta to ever reach some real plateau where they can't overcome it anymore, or some like official fucking ending to the anime. And so the day after he died, and nobody responded to this, by the way, they just kind of let it simmer there and just ignored me because they were mad about it. The day after he died, I said, so I guess we're never going to see that ending, huh? So nobody's responded to it yet, but like, it's funny because I feel like they want to respond, but I've been saying forever, I was like, DBZ, Dragon Ball, like the series never has it. There is no end in sight for it. Unlike One Piece, where we kind of know where it's going. Unlike Naruto, where Naruto reached an official ending. You know, we already know what's going to happen with all like Bleach. We know where that's supposed to be kind of ending. Like we know where a lot of these other anime end. But Dragon Ball, in part because it's a good moneymaker, and also in part because to the fan base, Goku can do no wrong, which is a problem. It just never stops.
Goku is the biggest threat to his own universe.
He's the biggest threat to his own universe, but more than that, he should have been eliminated as the main character like so many times over. Like during the Buu saga was one of the biggest ones with Mystic Gohan, and like they just brought him back again because the fan base was like, no, the fan
even before
base. Even before that was Cell Saga,
that.
sure. But officially it was supposed to stop. He was supposed to move to being like a mentor to Gohan. So like really like stepping into his role as a father, even if he came back and not being like this ever growing person that he is. And it was supposed to be Gohan took over and started handling most of the shit. And Gohan was a good, well-written character at the time. But the fan base came in and was like, nah, you don't fucking bring Goku back. We're fucking done. And then they were just, and that's, you know, insert Vegito. And it was like, okay, I'm just done. That's where it was for me, man. That's where I drew the line with the anime. It was like, okay, I've given it too many chances now. I'm fucking over it. I'm fucking done. And then Super came out, and I will say this, I've said this a fucking dozen times. Super feels like it's going somewhere. And then they introduce Zeno really hard, and it's like, oh, Zeno is like literally the immovable object of this series. He's there. There's no going above Zeno. There's nothing. And the reason is hacks. But that said, real talk, all jokes aside, Akira Toriyama, amazing, absolutely influential. He is probably part of more anime and more video games than anybody actually realizes. He was widely a big part of what led to a lot of the more incredible fighting style animes that are out there. Like, good that way. Just Dragon Ball can suck my left ball. Dragon Ball can suck my Dragon Balls. That's all I'm saying. K2, how we doing? Go ahead.
What I found humorous, though, is that the death of Akira Toriyama completely, like, everyone was reacting to it, and it completely overshadowed everything that's been going on early March, including International Women's Day, March 10th, which is Super Mario Day, everything. Everything.
Okay, can I just point out two things here? One, I've never understood any sort of like segregated holiday context. Did I see the Cowboy Bebop? I have not looked at it, but I might look at it now that you bring it up. But I did not watch. Oh no, what did they do? I don't support. This isn't, I want to say this ahead of time. This isn't a racially driven thing.
Canceled.
And canceled. I just think that anytime you create a clear defining line between two groups, that's where you actually find racism. Okay? So I'm not a big fan of Black History Month. I think it creates a lot more segregation than it helps. I'm not a big fan of women's history or whatever, because all history is human history at the end of the day. I'm not a big fan of, like, I don't like St. Patrick's Day because I think it gets weird and racially driven too. It's not as much because the Irish are white, so apparently it doesn't matter as much. Yeah, it literally paints the Irish as drunkards, which is like, okay, there's some point to that, but still.
Yeah. Okay, look, Irish coffee, literally whiskey and coffee put together.
I may have actually rolled up to a coffee shop and asked if the Irish was actually Irish, and they were like, there's no whiskey in it, if that's what you mean. I was like, how dare you? How dare you call that Irish? But, it's one thing for me to make fun of myself. Even like my close friends, you make fun of my Irishness, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna fucking deal with it. But
look, I'm gonna give him a bottle of whiskey for his birthday. And that's probably about the most Irish thing I can do.
Yeah,
get him some whiskey.
As far as Mario Day, like, I'm sorry, a corporate holiday is always gonna piss me off. You can ask Scott how I feel about Christmas.
Well, it's literally it's March 10th because it spells Mario, MAR10.
Okay, I get it. It's stupid though.
It is stupid. It's not an actual corporate holiday.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan. I don't really care about the overshadowing because I feel like nobody was really fucking focused on International Women's Day in the first place. Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, because they were all focused on Akira Toriyama.
Overwatch.
And then we got probably the most important day of this month is Pi Day, March 14th. So.
Oh God, stop that. Man, okay, so this is actually something I saw earlier, but I kind of like was looking at a bunch of other shit, so I glazed right past it. I got to invite kids in my house for candy. Jesus Christ, K2. You're not supposed to invite them into the house. What the fuck, bro?
And canceled.
And canceled. Okay, here we go. So this is the Overwatch 2 trailer for
Hey, what's your problem? I don't know. I don't know what her problem is.
You tell that pussy to get back in its... Never mind. All right.
I think it's time to blow this scene.
Get everybody in the step together.
Okay, wait. Wait a minute.
Is this like a fan thing?
No, this is real.
This is actual.
Wait a minute. Why do I
How
kind
did
of
they-
want this skin,
How did
though?
they not get sued?
Because it's a partnership. What the fuck do you mean?
Is it really?
Yes. You think a big company like Blizzard is gonna just risk its balls on the line with one of the biggest fucking like franchises ever created?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yes, it would. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna point out this. Excellent. Could be better. This is actually terrible, and so is this. I actually think Jill works really well here. I just think the way they kind of pigeonholed him in.
Is that supposed to be Reinhardt?
No. That's the gunner bot.
That's Bob.
Yeah, that's Bob.
And then they put Sombra as
They could have done better here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who they should have
Like
used?
honestly, Tracer.
Nope. I disagree. Torvald.
Torvald's not a girl though.
So? Cassidy, or McCree, as I prefer to call him, didn't have fucking spiky black hair.
Yeah, well, it's a skin.
She's not wearing a cowboy hat. So here's the thing. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it. This should not have been the character frame here. They should have done Doomfist.
Yeah, Doomfist would be a much better fit for.
I also
I
can't
don't
remember his
remember
name
them.
off the top of my head right now.
Yeah, I can't remember those two characters on the end. I can't remember their names. It's not. Is it Tank? No, it's not Tank.
It might
Cowboy Bebop characters.
But Spike and Jill are one thing.
Jet.
Yeah, Jet and what's her name? I can't think
Edward
of her name. Ed, yeah.
Yeah.
So Ed should have been Torvald because it would have made sense. Making little turrets and stuff would be more like her territory than being fucking Sombra running around hacking people. As weird as that might sound. That would have been more her play style. And then Bob should have... Jet shouldn't have been Bob. Jet should have been Doomfist.
You know what?
Because he had a metal arm.
Even Symmetra would be better than
Yeah.
Sombra.
Symmetra would have made sense. The problem is his size. At least Torvald was small.
Yeah, and Symmetra is really tall. It's like for a character.
Couldn't say no to the reward.
They made his pistol look like the ship. That was a bad call. I don't know what everybody else thinks, but that was a bad call to me. Because Spike's 9mm slide pistol is fucking iconic to the way he fights. Because he's constantly slamming mags. So that didn't look good to me. Right there, that pissed me off. They also made him like too wide. He needed to be kind of thin. He's always been a lithe character. He was like way too heavy set. Ash's Jill actually worked for me.
As Faye.
As Faye, yeah. Sorry, Jill Valentine, Faye Valentine. Two different franchises. Oh wait, maybe... Okay, so it's not Bob.
Party started.
We're on our way to payday.
It's Maga. Okay,
I don't even know who that
on.
is.
That's the new, like, Samoan hero. So they're okay with race swapping out the Samoan hero, but they're not okay with race swapping out Doomfist, who would have been a much more accurate representation of Jet. Because Jet was big, but he wasn't wide. This is one wide motherfucker.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing. Jet strikes me more as being Okay, that all right. I'll give him that.
No, look at how terrible they did here.
Look, for Einstein being the hamster, they went with the hamster. You know, I'm not mad about it.
I am. I'm sorry, but I am. I'm okay with this. But this? I'm sorry. Ein is like one of the most iconic characters in that movie or in that series because of just being a fucking super corgi. This looks like a rat with corgi features. It does not look like a corgi with some rat features. Yeah, he too thick, dude. Too big. That works. And way too big. Man, I would almost play this. I would almost play this just for the Ash for face skin because that's awesome. But damn, the rest of it just feels bad. Wholeheartedly, the rest of it just feels bad. Why? Why do they have to do my boys like this? If this isn't one of the best songs of all time.
Putting the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1. It's
Okay, they could have done honestly for Vicious, they could have done Reaper as Vicious.
I mean, he's not even in here.
Well, I know he's not in there, but I'm just saying that they could have added Reaper. You get given Reaper a skin for Vicious.
You wouldn't have done Genji?
No, because like the whole vibe of Vicious, it's very much like he matches Reaper.
It's the sword.
So, I guess Genji would work too.
He'd make more sense as Genji because of the sword and the way he maneuvers around all the time. And you just give him a slow triple shot gun.
Yeah. I think
This trailer is already way better than the actual gameplay footage.
I think the newscasters for the bounties that could have been Tracer and Baptiste.
The gun is such a bad idea, bro. Man, all I'm trying to say is this could have gone so hard. It really could have. They could have actually done such a good job. I mean, Cassidy being swapped in, like McCree being swapped into Spike was actually such a good idea, effectively. But the actual character framing and modeling they did was really ugly because he's so fucking bulky. Like,
I agree that Doomfist probably should have been
Jet should have been Doomfist, like body style. Listen.
He fits.
Jet from
Because even on the like you look at the background that they have for it. That's a small version of it. Well, like where they're lined up against the wall for the height measurements and whatnot.
Well, not even just that. Look at this. God damn it. That's not the picture I just had up. There you go. Look. There he is. Okay. You're just dicks now. I just want this picture. Open link in new window. God damn it. That's not what I meant.
Open image in new tab.
Image in new tab. Open image in new tab.
You're riding the struggle bus here?
A little bit. So I want you to look at that body frame and realized that Moana knockoff was like 16 times bigger. Like he was out to here on either side of Jet. And then honestly, you could just use Jet's actual like swapped character in the live action. Yeah, if this was Doomfist, it would be accurate. Because of the same thing, Doomfist. Look at it. Body shape to body shape, these characters would have matched damn near perfectly. Make the arm a little bit smaller because the Doomfist's arm was fucking enormous. But like,
I mean, it's because he's wearing a gauntlet.
all I'm trying to say is it made more sense. Ultimately, it made so much more sense to make Jet into Doom. And then on top of that, again, mind you, that this is not a size. This is mostly about the size comparison. Torvald Overwatch. Oh, Torbjorn. Sorry, there it is. Torbjorn. I haven't played in a while. Fuck off. But like,
And I haven't touched it in a while. I kind of got irked with the whole, you got to pay for a brand new game, even though you already paid for the first game. Like it's a continuation of the first game, sure, but like, I don't know. It doesn't.
But I'm just saying, size wise, swapping Ein would have made more sense. Not Ein, but Ed. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard because like you got to consider
Final
character
Fantasy
dimensions, and the world's not perfect that way. But that's another thing. I haven't touched Rebirth yet. Final Fantasy Rebirth. But anyways, so yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they could have done a few things like way better there. I feel like they really fucking dropped the ball on some of the character designs for these new skins. Don't love it. I do not love it.
So I was poking around today, just for topics, and I saw the game that was released last year. I've never heard of it. I'm pretty sure you didn't hear about it, but it honestly looks pretty cool. It looks like a really good, well done Elder Scrolls game, but the concept of it is just. It made me laugh so hard. It's sacrilegious.
Apparently, the game he's pointing out that I pulled from our loose character outline for each episode is called I Am Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Many people have attempted to write about the things that have taken place among us. Reports of these things were handed down to us. There were people who saw these things for themselves from the beginning. They saw them and then passed the word on.
Walk
With
on
this
walk.
in mind,
No.
I myself have carefully looked into everything from the beginning.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Look,
This is my brother Andrew. We're trying to catch fish.
But I'm afraid the wedding appears to have a small issue. I don't know, but I thought you might be able to help.
No, come on.
I don't know, David. I think they nailed it.
Wine we had before.
Bible study the video game.
Please, Lord,
This is
just
fucked up.
heal my son.
Lord, if it's you, Peter replied, tell me to come to you on the water.
Like, here's the thing.
Man, tell me this game ends and you being
I
fucking
am
nailed to
doing
a
this
cross.
for you.
Like
I
it
want you
has to,
know
right?
that the things you have been taught are
I don't know.
true.
I'm just. I'm sure the devs got crucified for this.
Ha! Okay, hear me out though. Are they gonna put all the fucking bad stuff in too?
Look. I'm sure they did.
Like, are they gonna burn
that's-
down the city of sin?
Like, here's the thing. It looks like, honestly, graphically speaking, it's a very pretty game.
It's just Unreal Engine 5 being good.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It's a
necessarily
really pretty
mean
game.
anything positive about the game yet.
Well, like it looks like an Elder Scrolls game. But you know, still, you come down to the fact that it's kind of blasphemous to have a
Kinda?
redemption speed run.
Redemptions.
I hope nobody spoils the ending for me. I'd be pretty cross if they did.
Oh, come on, bro. Dude. He said I'd be pretty cross. No. Inappropriate, man. Jesus.
I heard one of the secret bosses is Satan.
Okay, that was less funny.
Resist the temptations.
That was less funny. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It just wasn't.
I tried.
That wasn't a hit.
It was a lot. It was a lot better in my head than it was on the stream.
Man, you didn't even nail that one at all.
Nope, not even a little bit.
Oh
man,
that's fucking wrong, bro. I feel a little cross.
It was released last year, and apparently, you know what? I'm curious. I want to see if it's on Steam. I want to see what the reviews are. I am Jesus Christ. It is on Steam. It is on Steam. It's got a prologue too, and it's got a revenge demo. What? Hang on. Apparently, there's more to it. What curators say?
Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and just do a video review of it.
How is I Am Jesus Christ prologue 13 gigs? After installing the actual Holy Spirit onto my system?
Am I installing the actual
Holy
Holy
Spirit makes it so hefty. Like, this isn't even like the entire Old Testament. We don't even get to the New Testament DLC. And somehow it's still 13 gigs. When this thing fully comes out, it's going to be bigger than Destiny 2.
Oh no.
The Bible is...
Destiny 2 is just a worse version of Warframe. Let's be honest.
It's about time.
Warframe's just a worse version of everything.
I wanted to wait for the whole game to come out, but I just decided, whatever, we'll let it rip. I'll at least try the prologue out. I don't know how deep this goes. Maybe up till Cain and Abel. Who really knows? Actually, that doesn't make any sense. Cain and Abel is way before Jesus Christ. I'm a bit off on my...
Christ's Revenge demo.
That is AI generated. 100%. That is an AI generated piece of art.
The light shines in the darkness.
It's like an episode of Through the Wormhole.
And the darkness has not overcome it. And she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths
in a manger with the 3 wise men.
Because there was no guest room available for them.
The 3 wise men came bearing a 4090. It's a little laggy, but I'm sure it'll smooth out as the Holy Spirit gets stronger.
Yes,
Jesus. Sure it'll smooth out.
Is there combat in this game? Yeah, probably fighting sins.
Oh my god.
Like, I just go around like fucking karate chopping like jealousy and greed and all that. Which one of you knows anything about John the Baptist, huh?
Sorry.
Oh. My god.
Is it just completely dialogue based?
Maybe.
Okay,
but
hey, that's more of a threat than like good news. That's not a happy gospel there. Fire, huh?
I got the reviews pulled up on this thing.
Did you even read the Bible? Bunny hopping was invented in Exodus 21:20.
Jesus Christ!
You're right. It's been a while. I don't know how I forgot that. Kind of empty. Yeah, welcome to the world back in the day. What the fuck?
To be baptized by him.
Cool. This is what it used to look like. How cringe, right?
Share with the one who has none.
No cars.
Anyone who has extra
no
food
nothing.
should do the same.
No, Jesus was born an American. You might not recognize where we are because the names have changed, but Nazareth is actually now known as Florida. But yeah, he was born on American soil, baby.
Nazareth is now known as Florida.
Don't you forget
it.
Yo, first boss. Thanks, John.
For you, Lord. If there is ever any use you have for me, please let me know.
You are the greatest man to have ever lived, John. That's
That's
what
high
a
praise.
title. The greatest man to ever live.
That is
I
high
guess there hasn't
praise
been
coming from
many
God
men that have
himself.
lived up till this point, to be fair, at least not relatively speaking. I'm just going to survive off the whole.
This game looks, I'm gonna be honest, this game looks exhaustively awful so far.
It looks exhaustively what?
Sauron.
Awful.
Or are you too afraid to do that?
Afraid? What'd you just say to me? This is like a giant egg yolk.
Why? Tell me only why you want to save all those humans. They don't deserve that, and believe me that at the end, they will betray you and kill you.
They wouldn't do that.
This is your last chance to join me and
Spoilers! Spoilers!
Get over here!
Oh, there's actually
you
Jesus
bastard.
combat. Let's bring Satan closer.
Oh my. Yeah, I bet that hurts like the dickens, huh? Back to hell with you.
Alright. You win this time. For my time to come.
I'm gonna come.
Bitch. Damn, I couldn't think of anything cool.
You involve me, Jesus replied.
Why would Jesus
My
respond
hour
like
has
that?
not yet come. His
Woman.
mother said to the servants,
Are you
do
insane?
whatever he tells you.
What's your favorite Bible passage? I think this is Lutherans 14:5. Fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks. Instead, fear the man who has
Stop,
practiced the same.
moist.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
That was good.
my initial impression is this game looks like actual dog shit.
So
It
I
does
got
not
some
look
reviews
good.
from Steam here.
Oh boy.
So the first one is not recommended. Has 0.9 hours on record. He says the book was better.
Have you actually read the book? Because it is not necessarily better. It is long and very stale and very convoluted in the way it is written. I would not ever fucking initiate the
hours on
idea
record
that
for
it
this
is better.
The book was fine. The manga good. The game incredible.
Stop. So the whole game is just a fucking big ass like church meme, huh?
0.2 hours on record. I am now Catholic thanks to this game.
Oh my god.
Not recommended. 1.2 hours on record. Jesus died mid boss fight. Is that canon? 0.8 hours on record. I am literally Jesus Christ, but the game won't let me jump over a fence.
Okay. That's a fair criticism of the game to be fair. Like why the fuck would you want to deal with that shit?
3.2 hours on record. OMG, this game blew my mind out through my... I'm assuming that means asshole, because it's just a bunch of hearts. When this game is finished, I am going to create so many gold cubes that Satan will beg me to kill him.
Oh, no.
My only complaint is that there was nothing in the Bible about the tinnitus that Jesus experienced every time he did a miracle, and there were no tits. Otherwise, flawless.
Final.
Oh no. Oh shit.
My favorite part of the Bible is the one where Jesus deflected fire orbs back at Satan in the desert while pulling his orb avatar with magic lasers powered by the Holy Spirit, which depletes over time and needs the power of prayer to recharge, by the way. And when Joseph said, "Hello, Jesus," 20 times in a row, 10 out of 10, except no one says, "and also with you," when you end the conversation with them by saying, "Peace be with you."
Also with you. Oh, that's bad.
0.5 hours on record. It really makes you feel like the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I am no longer an atheist. I see the light. I see the Lord. I am Jesus Christ. John the Baptist crashed my game. Okay.
John the Baptist crashed my game.
2.3 hours on record for this one. Kind of similar to Among Us.
Come on, man.
It was Pray to Win.
I'm so mad that was funny. It was Pray to Win. Good evening,
Someone
Kraken.
says he's literally me. They kept Satan's boss fight biblically accurate. 10 out of 10.
They kept Satan's boss fight accurate.
Oh.
This
okay,
is
1.3 hours.
Go ahead.
Wait, hang on. No, that one's just stupid. That's just Lord's Prayer. See if I can find another one. 3.3 hours on record. This game turned me atheist. All right. By Rentally Metarded.
By Rentally Metarded.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Pretty lore accurate. Parkour could be better, but overall a pleasant experience. Would 1v1 Satan on Mustafar again. Peace be with you.
And also with you. Dude, that's terrible. Honestly, that game looked dog shit. Just that short review was all I needed to be convinced that I never want to actually play it. It didn't look good. It didn't look good even a little bit. Like, actually can't think of a redeeming moment. Literally the Satan fight that we saw in the prologue. The Satan fight that we saw was the context of Ganondorf floating around the center ring and you having to swap back the fucking energy ball.
Oh, all right. So, okay. Hang on, I'm gonna write something out here.
Yeah, I don't care. Just pick something.
All right, you know what? Let's do this one because this is a hot debate that I had with roommates. By roommates, I mean Sarah, because there's this "Am I the Asshole" story.
Do you actually have a link circulating to the post?
Hang on. Am I the asshole for emergency escape fund?
Yeah, send it to me if you find it fast.
Let's see.
How'd you hear about it?
It was shorts. It was through shorts. But basically, let's go to videos here. See if we can find something on YouTube that's not super long.
Well, even if you can just find the fucking YouTube video for it, I'll just put it on. We can go over it.
So it's the basic premise of the video was that there was a lady. Well, I hate using the BuzzFeed article. Hang on.
Whatever, as long as it can help link to the original post.
Am I the asshole for not giving my husband my escape money?
Is that what it is? It's a female perspective or not a male?
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to read it, we can go through and read it. So,
is it the $47,000 rated A fund?
Yes, I sent it to you over on Facebook.
You did find it already?
Yeah,
the original. Okay.
Yep.
So pulling this up real quick. It says, "Am I the asshole for not giving my husband my escape money when I saw that we were financially struggling? I, 34 female, have recently ran into a situation with my husband, 37 male, and I'm curious about if I am the asshole or not." So me and my husband have been together. Wow, toddler. Okay, I see why you guys are running into problems. For 8 years, married for 7. When I got married, my mother came to me privately and talked about setting aside money as a rainy day / escape fund if worst came to worst. My husband has never showed any signs of being dangerous and rarely even gets upset. But the way my mother talked about it, it seems like a no-brainer to have. When me and my husband got together, we agreed I would be a stay-at-home wife. We are both child-free, so that was never a concern. My husband made a comfortable mid-six-figure salary. All was good until about 2 years ago. He was injured at work in a near-fatal accident between hospital bills and a lawsuit that we lost that ate up nearly all of our savings. I took a part-time job while my husband was recovering, but when he fully recovered, we transitioned back into me being unemployed as my husband insisted that it was his role to provide. He currently is working 2 full-time jobs and Uber on his days off to keep us afloat. Here is where I might be the asshole. I do all the expense managing and have continued to put money into my escape account, although I significantly decreased from $750 a month to $200 a month. My husband came home exhausted one night and asked about downsizing because the stress of work was going to kill him. I told him downsizing would not be an option as I had spent years making our house a home and offered to go back to work. He tried to be nice, but basically told me that he was going back to work, that me going back to work wouldn't make enough. After an argument, my husband went through our finances to see where he could cut back. He was confused when he saw that I had regularly reoccurring withdrawals leading back years and asked me about it. I broke down and revealed my money to him, which now sits at about $47,000. After I told him all this, he just broke down sobbing. His point of view is I treated him like a predator and hid money from him for years when he was at his lowest. I told him that the money was a precaution I would have taken with any partner, not specific to him. He left the house to stay with his brother, and said I hurt him on every possible level. But my mother says this is exactly what the money is for and should bail now. Am I the asshole? See, here's the problem, is that on one hand, I want to say, yeah, kinda. I really do. Like, on one hand, I really do. But she and he agreed for her to be the stay-at-home mom. At that point, like, she's definitely, you have to just assume that she deserves to keep some of the money. Right? Like,
Sure.
I'm not crazy for that. I don't know that she's the asshole. I do think he's kind of the asshole for, like, being mad that she has a backlogged amount of money. Here's the thing. Here's where I think she kind of is. The rainy day fund should not have been a get out of jail free card fund. It should have been I held this just in case we ran into an unbelievably impossible situation where we might need money. Like, it should have been an actual rainy day fund by this point. They've been together for 8 years, married for 7. Things have been good.
Oh, no,
He's
it's
worked extra
because it's
hard
not
to keep her from having to be in the workforce all the time.
well, it's not a rainy day fund. It's a I'm going to escape and move away from you fund.
I agree. My point is that's what makes her the asshole, is that after 8 years together, she still considered it an option to leave. It wasn't like she had $47,000 squirreled away and then she kept squirreling the money away out of his paycheck, out of his labor, out of his time, as like you know what, I had all this seed money already, and now I'm just going to keep building on it because someday we might need it. The reason it makes her kind of an asshole is because she had decided that she needed that just in case the day came when he wasn't good enough to support her and she was ready to be able to run out the door. That's where I run into the issue, because it's like, okay, he's working 2 jobs in an Uber. You could be like at least cutting him free of the Uber side of it, getting a fucking job yourself, and just leeching off the rainy day fund until he's fully back to his 6-figure position again, and then start refilling that rainy day fund. But instead, you're looking at it like, I ain't touching this shit. If you can't fucking support me, I'm on my way out. And that's where I'm running into the issue here is like, I get why you'd want that for like the first 2, maybe even 3 years. But also like they have no kids. What were they spending all their money on that with no kids?
And
He was
that's
running a
where,
mid
well,
six figures job. Like I feel like we're missing
yeah.
context. Like where did they live? And this guy is exactly right. This just can't be real. I refuse to accept that anyone could be this obtuse and casually cruel to a person who cared for and about them to the point of a breakdown. Seriously, I feel much better if you came in here and just said, "Just kidding." Like what?
No,
And
we're not downsizing.
yeah, and
That's
no,
the
we're
part
not
that got me. No, we're not downsizing.
Yeah, they could have easily sold
Like,
that house and had plenty of extra money and gotten themselves a cheaper, smaller place. Again, they have no kids. Why is she worried about the size of the home? You can actually have a small, like 1,500 or smaller square foot home with all the luxuries of a 3,000 square foot home and just none of the extra space. I mean, shit, you've been to my place. You've seen. I don't live like in squalor here. I'm very comfortable. I have very nice things. My house is very, 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 very nice, considering its size. Do I have some issues with space sometimes? Sure. But I'm not missing anything. I have all the fun stuff, just none of the extra space. And you can have that in a smaller space.
And even if you're like, maybe real estate is super expensive, you could get a similar sized house if you were to move to like the Midwest, if not bigger. Like I've heard stories about people that sold their small 2-bedroom house in California and then went and bought a ranch in Texas because it was actually cheaper than the house that they sold. And it's just, I don't know, that's one of the things that agitates me, because the hubris to say no, we're not going to downsize because I don't want to.
Right, and that's
like if you're gonna say we're not gonna downsize, then you need to give that man his money back.
right. Like you've been holding on to his cash all this time. And I'm not saying, again, she deserved her share of it too because, she was making the house, but like, what are you doing to make the house with no kids? Like, what do you...
Yeah.
I am not a traditional person. You know that. Most people that know me real well know that. I am not a traditional person. I'm not somebody that's going to be like, a woman's place belongs in the house. Not really. But I will say this. If there's no kid, this is where I get really non-traditional. If there's no kid, you're working. If we don't have a child, you're working. I'm working, you're working. We're both working because nobody needs to be just sitting on their ass at home doing nothing. And there was my wife and I had some point of contention at some point because when I was like streaming full time, like it was one of those things where she's like, I carried you during your streaming time. And I've never once disregarded that concept that she carried the load for a lot of that. But also, I was driving fucking food every night, damn near. Until like Mondays and Tuesdays proved to be utterly pointless to do so. But like, I was constantly trying to find ways to create income. I was constantly working with you for ways to like work off rent if I could when you needed it. Or when you could afford to let me. Like, I was never just sitting on my ass. And like, I could have done better as a streamer. I could have cut back on streaming hours. I could have taken a part-time job. Like, I'm aware of the things I could have done better, but it was new territory for me and I was putting my all into it the best I could. But I never just let her be the only reason we were getting by. I worked my ass off.
Yeah. And it's like, if you're in a position where it's feasible sense, where it's like, hey, let's, as a hypothetical, let's say the book that I'm writing, it turns into New York Times bestseller, new J.K. Rowling kind of thing, and I become a multi-billionaire just like her, whatever. Uh-huh. Yeah, of course I'm not going to make whoever my spouse is work, like, because I don't need to work.
Right, for sure. No, I get that. I get that concept too, but like in this particular case, it's like he was making good money. What I don't get, again, I feel like there's some important context missing here, like what state they're in. Because if they're working California, New York, Dallas, Austin, like any of these bigger areas with really, really high cost of living, yeah, 6-figure position is basically minimum wage there. Like, you're not surviving on that. You're definitely not with a house. And they had a house or have a house. But like I just feel like there's some really, really large missing context as to why she is struggling the way she is. Because it doesn't make any sense that she's not working. But also, it doesn't make... There's some hubris in there, too. She's got some hubris for not wanting to downsize. He's got a lot of hubris for having a wife that doesn't have any reason to be in the home because she doesn't have kids, not working. Like, there's a lot to this. And frankly, with my whole being, I think they're both assholes.
Well, I think the husband's just an idiot. I don't think he's the asshole.
Okay, yeah, I suppose if you want to put it into, like, tighter context to context, yeah, he's kind of a fucking moron. Because you know damn well if Courtney and I were in the same situation where I had enough money to, like, let her just not work, and then I suddenly didn't. Yeah, she's going back to work. It ain't going to be temporary either. If I don't get back to that place, you're just going to have to keep on pushing. And I'm sorry that your vacation ended. Like,
well, it's like I don't want my future partner to be on a perpetual vacation. Like that, and you know, it wouldn't be I'm not going to make you work at McDonald's, but like, what are you doing with your time to be productive in such a way where it's like we're accomplishing something and making the human race better in some way? You know?
Foolish of you to assume the human race deserves to be bettered. But anyways.
I mean, by that logic, the human race does deserve to be better.
like we talked about last week. A lot of the problems with humanity are going to work themselves out over the next 30 years.
Yeah.
Darwinism will start working again with, people just infertilizing themselves. Creating their own infertility.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. No, but that's something that's been on my mind though, because honestly, this whole situation is just absolutely insane. It irks me to no end.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to say. They're both kind of assholes. Because on one hand, she was willing to go back to work. On the other hand, she also downgraded how much money she was holding on to every month, while her husband was practically killing himself trying to keep them afloat. I'm not saying that $200 a month would have saved anything. I'm really not. I'm saying that it's still more than zero. It really is. You know, she's been filching $750 a month when he was working 6-figure. Now he's down to maybe 5 figures.
Two jobs, two part-time jobs or full-time jobs. I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus Uber.
Like
one full-time job, one part-time job, and then Uber.
And then I disagree with his notion to say that she was treating him like a predator. No, she'd made a habit of putting aside money. She's not saying she treated him like a predator after that. It's his assumption. She was honest enough to tell him. She was wholeheartedly honest enough to tell him, this is why I started doing this. Man, like I said, it's a big mixed bag. Because it's not fair to say that she did this on purpose. It's not fair to say that she was doing this to cause him any sort of harm. But also, it's really, really ignorant to not downgrade here. They can take all the extra money that house is worth and move to something smaller, cuter, comfortable, easier for both of them. Lets her stay at home, lets him stay at work the way they have chosen to prefer.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm checking something. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure that my guy that's working is doing okay. That I don't have any
Oh, I see.
notifications.
Fix your camera. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. It's a lot to consider there. The dynamic of it is really obvious, and that's what I say makes them both assholes. Like, are they both equally stupid? Yes, but they're both also equally ignorant of each other's needs and wants.
Yeah, absolutely. He was patching things up. Well, that's just a loaded statement. Do you want to talk about that, or?
Yeah, do you just want to join the Discord call as just like a caller and just talk about it on the stream? Since it's something we've all been talking about a little bit on and off. Because I'll patch you in.
Yeah, let's see.
But yeah, just reading that, it's like, man, they're all bad here. Like, on top of that, there's definitely something to be said. There's something to be said about the fact that she was ready to just abandon him at the end of it all because, he couldn't provide anymore. I don't know. I have no strong opinion one way or the other than that they both are terrible.
Well, it's like, marriage vows don't mean a damn thing anymore.
They really don't.
Like when you say for richer and for poorer, that's what this means. Like, this is where
Oh, gotcha, Kraken. Well, shit.
But yeah, no, it's meant to be a lifetime commitment, and it's not anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know what I went through, but my reasons were solid enough because I've been putting all the work in, and she's begun to put all the work in, so things are good for me as well. But it's just one of those things too where it's like, it's a matter of everybody doing their part and everybody doing what they need to do to make everybody else also happy in every relationship.
Yes.
Like, you've got to bring the most important things to the table first, which is, what do each other need? What do you need? And what do your kids need if you have them? And in this case, it's very clear that the husband wants a stay-at-home wife, despite the fact that the wife wants to be able to have things. Like, it just feels like it's something where if I want to know more about what's happening here, in this post, I feel like I would need to sit down in a room and talk to both of them to really get a deeper understanding of what's missing. Because right now we've got wife's perspective, and wife's perspective wasn't necessarily unclear. She was honest about what she had. She was honest about how she may have failed in some regard. She's just trying to understand if maybe she's not thinking right. But I feel like it's like, okay, what was the husband doing that he can't go back to? Like, what's going on with his body at this point? Like, are you guys ever going to be able to financially recover the way you were before? Or is it just a matter of, like, people putting their fucking cart before the horse at this moment?
And then what exactly are you doing in the home that makes it so you can't let go of what you've done?
Well, and that's exactly it. You can assume she was making that he was making between $140,000 and $160,000 a year for them to live comfortably. That's what the mid one, like, six figures would imply. I doubt it was 500,000. If it was 500,000, then I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming
I have so many more questions. Like, what exactly are you doing with the money?
Yeah, if you're making
$500,000 a year,
if the downgrade needs to happen because he's working 2 jobs in Uber to get by, and he was working a fucking $500,000 a year job, what were you doing with all that money?
Like, I get that they lost a lot of money in whatever court proceedings, but find a cheaper lawyer.
Like, it's not even just that though. Like, 500,000, bro. If you're making 500,000 a year, if you're making 500,000 a year, sub 380,000 after taxes, right? What the fuck are you doing with all that money? She doesn't have a kid, so how is she making the house a home? She's buying shit to put in the house. How expensive is all the collective shit in that house that has made the house a home? Because you know she's probably not handy. You know she probably didn't like go through and like do carpentry and shit, because if it was a 500,000 a year salary, if he was making 150, 160,000 a year, okay, and the house was like something that she had personally handymanned all the shit, like she built furniture and tables, or she would like take parts, like take down drywall and install like special doors or shelving units directly into the wall, that's a whole other conversation. I can totally be like, yeah, I wouldn't want to fucking leave my house either. Like, that's mine. I worked hard on it. I built some of this shit. That's where I'm like, okay, maybe the husband's also like fucking off cuff for this shit because she actually worked hard on it. But in this particular case, it doesn't sound like that's what happened. It sounds like she just was blowing money. Whether it's 150 to 160,000 or 500,000 for your whatever mid six, six figure salary looked like, man, you can't fucking trip me up without saying that, like, my wife and I combined maybe break 100K a year. Combined. Maybe before taxes break 100K a year. Which means that ultimately between the two of us, we're pushing like maybe 90K. And that's with like a lot of work and a lot of hours invested. Neither one of us could afford to really stay home. We need both of us working to live comfortably and as easily as we do with no kid. Could we make it work if only one of us was working? Yes. It'd be a lot harder, but we're not choosing to. We're definitely not living. We're not living outside of our means, but we're not living within the idea of what living within your means is meant to be. You know what I'm saying? So like, when I read somebody has a mid six figure salary, and the only ways I can interpret that is that either means 140 to 160,000 or between 450 and $600,000 a year. Either way I look at that and I'm like, what are you spending that money on with no kid? Like, what are you spending your money on with no kid? Is that a cat? I don't know. Do you have a cat?
I do have a cat.
Oh, okay. That explains it. But yeah, like, it just doesn't, no matter how many times I look over this, there's too many things missing for me to know if either one of them is truly the bad guy here. All I can say is
there is a lot of information omitted.
There's a lot of information omitted, not necessarily on purpose. I don't feel like the person posting this meant to omit as much as she did. But what I can say wholeheartedly is that it's really obvious that both of their egos are getting in the way of them achieving any sort of progress in the conversation. She wholeheartedly would rather go back to work than downgrade. He would wholeheartedly rather get rid of shit they've already earned together in some facet than have her go back to work. He wants a house, bitch. She wants the stuff in the house. And there's no in between. Like, it's a rough situation because no matter how you look at it, there's no win-win. There's only lose-lose because their egos are too busy getting in the way of a proper resolution. The reality is, she should downgrade. Not a ton. I'm not saying she should go down so far that it feels like they basically lost everything that was good. But she should downgrade. And he should let her go back to work so she doesn't have to downgrade as much. There's no reason why they can't both be working. There's no reason with no kid in the house they should have spent all the money they did. Like, yeah, sure, they ate through their savings, but again, how much was in savings? We don't know how much was in savings. The reason I have to assume that she was making closer to 160,000 because anybody making over 500,000 a year would have plenty of savings, right? And if they don't, again, what the fuck are you doing with that money? So it kind of feels like everybody's the asshole here to me. It kind of feels like both of their egos are a serious issue. It feels like they have no fucking concept of priorities. I can't offer anything else. Also, good night, Kraken. I can't offer anything else to this article without it just being like me inferring a lot. But
Yeah.
from what I can gather here, from what I can infer a little of, from based on the records of what it says here, I mean,
What's going on?
like, and where's the money? Like, 47,000 over 8 years isn't really that much. But if they were making 500,000 a year, where's the rest of it? 100,000 of that for 100. If I was making 500,000 a year, 370,000 take home, and still dicking around 200,000 of that a year, I would still have like $170,000 to put away every year. You just can't convince me. On top of that, how did they lose the lawsuit if he got injured at work by something that wasn't correct? Or did he do something dickheaded and get himself hurt? There's just a lot of missing context here. I just don't see how they burned through all that money. I don't know. I don't know. Too much missing information.
Yep.
And that's the problem, right? Is I'm pretty fence sitter on a lot of things. I don't really have a strong opinion one way or the other. I like people to just kind of have their freedoms and their ability to move around. So no matter how I look at it, it's like, well, you got a kind of a controlling husband and kind of a shitheaded wife with no kids that just wants to have her things. Yep. Like it's very clear that both of them are being pig-headed about the wrong things at the wrong time. So, oh man, that was a big thing that you sent me down.
Yeah, that was heavy.
You fuck. That shit felt like I was pushing a log on no fiber. All cheese, no fiber.
Do we need to go back to the lighthearted stuff?
Nah, I think it's actually about time for us to close down for the night, to be honest. Guys, I know time is money. I appreciate that you spent yours with us this evening. We're going to be doing these streams just a little bit shorter from one week to the next because I feel like maybe 2 hours is a bit of a lengthier space of time than I realized when I first started this. So we're going to be reducing down to about an hour and a half so that topics don't feel so forced, feel a little bit less stretched. But yeah, we appreciate that you spend your time with us. We will be back again next Tuesday. I still need to do my thumbnail for last week and for this week now because I fell behind because of guests and just not doing a good job keeping up. But yeah, we'll check you next week. Thank you so much, and we'll see you.
Peace out.